Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the microphone on, and we've got our 4 views, and hang on, that volume is a little bit loud. I gotta turn that volcano down. Boy, volcano's too loud. There we go. All right, for my liking, I think maybe I've got it cranked up too high here as well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, I'm trying to keep it turned down, it's not working. Welcome to another fine edition of our Volcano Eruption live stream. And yeah, boy, it's going to be fun talking today. I see a bunch of lovely people in the channel already. We got about 40 of you in already, and just getting going here. So just a gentle reminder to those joining us now. If you are watching the stream, please look at your chat box. You will see top chat or live chat up there. That means that you are indeed watching a live broadcast, and you're not watching a recording. If it says top chat replay or live chat replay, that means you are watching a stream that has already finished, and you can no longer interact in the chat box there on the right hand side or underneath, wherever you normally have it. I don't know how you have your screen set up. Nevertheless, regular comments down below will still allow you to make normal comments. Just be aware that they are not interactive, so nobody's going to respond to you immediately. And having said that, and getting that out of the way, I want to say hello to a bunch of people that are already in here. And just before we do that, though, I want to comment about the bottom left-hand view. Of course, that is the lava hitting the ocean, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit more in tonight's show here, because of something that I found, and I thought it was very, very interesting and unique. Anyway, hello to, let's see, oh man, we got lots of people in there already. Of course, I'm going to say hi to my 2 wonderful, oh, hang on, sorry, 3 wonderful moderators for tonight. Arizona Snowman and Piggy, and gee, what's that other? Paulzilla 911 is blue? Say what? I'm blue, he says. Oh my God, did you get hit with a blue wrench, Paulzilla? Oh no, that's horrible. So anyway, you may notice that, you guys, if you happen to see Paulzilla being blue, that's actually for a reason, and so he can be a moderator. He seems to do a fairly good job over in Tony's stream, and I had a little talk with Arizona Snowman earlier this morning, and of course the chat yesterday, we figured, all right, we're gonna do this. So yeah, he probably passed out now. I don't know what's going on. He hasn't said anything. There he is. Say what? Yeah, unexpected. Okay, Paulzilla, you better practice the rules. They're down in the description down below. Make sure you know those rules off by heart, and don't get overzealous throwing people out, okay? We will figure that out. Arizona Snowman is still the man to do that kind of thing. Let's worry about the bad stuff and that kind of thing. We'll figure it out. So anyway, that's our 3 moderators in here today, and I want to say hi to the rest of the people. Rebecca is back, of course. We got Billy Bob Joe also in here. Dave is here. Bobby Joe also back in here. Sandra Rockland, Larry Vladica, Welcome, you guys. Glad to have you on board. Duchess of Elements is also in here, as well as Jay Donaldson, Colin Taylor, Wessex Dragon, Jason Slater. Welcome, you guys. We got Liam is also back as well. Ducky in the house, Ronnie Rhino. Let's see, Annie is here. Doug Christopher. Let's see, who else? Liz Markman Moyler back in the channel as well. Kevin Haynes, Epic Racing, Astro, okay. Hi from Philadelphia. Okay, Astro, I'll just call you Astro. It's easier. Welcome. John Raper also here. I think I already said Rebecca. Mark La Barbecue, also on the channel. Sandra Rockland. Tracy Bills. Patty Henderson. Kate. PJ Steele also here. Let's see. Who else? Diane Craig, welcome back. Glad to have you on board. And let's see, going up real quick, see who else. Dodger, pop back in. Betty is also here. Steve Austin, I'm supposed to be playing bass. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you want to play bass, but you can certainly watch this stuff instead. Mona is also here. Welcome. Sandra Snyder. Let's see. Brandon Fisher. Mary Hicks, Brutal Avenger, welcome you guys. Brandon Fisher also here. Ez is in the house. Welcome back, Ez. Glad to have you on board. Michelle also here. Diane Michael also back in here. Jeff Burke. Let's see. Neil K. Asterum also back in the house. Welcome. Carrie Castine, welcome. That's a new name for me. Glad to have you on board. Clark Hall also here. Going up a little bit further. Silicone Avatar, welcome back. And let's see, got Brutal Avenger already. Oz is in the house. Welcome back, Oz. Good to see you. Teresa also here. And who else we got? Going up fairly quickly. Ducky we got, Teresa we got, Kevin Haynes we got. Okay, so, and Piggy was actually the first one in the channel today, or in the stream, so she gets the cookie. Boudin, what is a butt hand finger? Welcome, Biker Boy Wayne. Welcome. Glad to have you guys in here. And good to see some new faces popping on board. Always nice to have extra people climbing in. Anyway, if you like what you're seeing, you definitely can hit that like button. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you might want to consider that. We do have the Fox on the screen there. If you're using a computer, you can just click on that and it'll pop up that subscribe box. And you can hit that and then hit the bell icon just to make sure that you get subscribed and go from there. So glad to have all of you guys in here today. And yes, our volcano is actually a little bit more visible today than it was yesterday. And of course, this is Cumbre Vieja in La Palma. Oh, there goes our other screen. I knew that was going to happen. And kind of figured I'll put it on this one. So glad to have you guys on board though, and we'll get to it. So yeah, it is it's actually starting to get cloudy there again, but I'm hoping that it's going to stay clear enough that we can do everything we need to do. Let's see, a few more people popped in. Sharon Stewart, Mocha is also here. Alvaro is back. Welcome. Terry Curry, Laura Rennie, Don Arnold. Good to see you guys. Bog Caddy back as well. Force Sailor, welcome. Leo Carlson, good to see you again. And I think I got caught up there real quick. I think I said Jason Slater earlier, but Jim Strickland, I missed you earlier. Okay, so got you in there. And good to see everyone. And I'm sure there's going to be others that are popping in. Miss Lobo Bob, as an example, who just snuck in the door. So, hey, you know, it's all good. Kimberly Hunter also in here. Any update on where the magma is moving? The magma or the lava? Right now we're going to concentrate on the lava. The magma is down underneath the volcano coming up, and as soon as the oxygen gets to it and it gets to the surface, it becomes lava. So yeah, we're going to have a peek at that. That was something actually very interesting that you brought that up, and I do have a question. And I was kind of wondering, because this is kind of, I don't know if this is real or if this is a Photoshop picture. Hang on, I think I undid the wrong thing there. I wanted to, there, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so we're going to go right into that picture, and we're going to have a look at this. And you guys can help me out here, because I wasn't aware of the second stream pouring out onto those plantations down there. And of course that is to the south of the primary flow that we had. And for the life of me, I thought at first when I seen this that this was some kind of Photoshop picture, but yeah, that's where all that extra lava was going. And I was wondering about that, because that should have the amount of lava that was coming out should have made that peninsula on the northern one, the original one, should have made it a lot bigger. But now I see what's going on. So this is indeed what it is. And now you see that coming down the hill. And of course I didn't get my crayons working yet. And Piggy said she didn't eat them, so I'm gonna do this. So of course, seeing this new lava here, this is pretty cool. But just to let you know, this area here, back in 1949 is when that actually poured out of there onto and created that peninsula. So that is only about 70 years old, and they were already growing plantations on there, which is pretty cool to see. But the fact that that definitely has poured out, that is new, and that is very interesting for all of us, because I wasn't expecting that, you know. And we always seen the original area here that I just encircled. That was I thought it should have been bigger by now, but I also thought I don't know the depth here of the ocean, and that could have taken some of the height away. But looking at this stuff sitting here, now it explains it. So we are pretty much there. Dr. Fox, I think the lava tube broke. Had broken a few days back, I think. Okay. And that is very, very possible that we had a tube going sideways, and it, of course, could have blocked itself up. We know that there's many ways that happens. It slows down a little bit in flow. A bigger boulder could have moved in the way. It solidified a little bit, and then the next flow coming after it just kind of pushed everything into place even more, and just said, hey, we can't go that way anymore. Mother Nature said, push it the other way. So, and that is kind of what it is. So we definitely see up in that picture, you can kind of see it up here. So it did come from that main flow, and it did flow out the other side, which is pretty cool. So, oh, hang on, something just stopped on me here. Let's clear that off. Okay, that volume is up and down. I don't know why it's so funny. Betty, those plantations lost. So sad. Yes, unfortunately, it is bad in that sense that they're losing that ground, and unfortunately, there's nothing we can do to stop any of that. And I do feel sorry for those people who, you know, worked hard and have lost everything that they tried to grow there, and that includes, you know, everyone that's been affected by the volcano. Really do feel sad for them. Turn the volcano down a bit, please. Okay, Mr. Lobo Bob, I will do that. And there. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to try the audio from the other side. I'm going to take that one right out and try it from the other live stream. I think it's a little bit more stable. Yeah. Because they have two different locations, of course, for those cameras. So anyway, looking at this, it's pretty cool and interesting to see. And I want to see if I can get over to our 3D map. I know they did not update it yet, and that is the 3D map from La Palma, of course. So, yeah, Larry, you're right. It is very sad. And let's see if I can get that up on the screen. Welcome to all who have joined Dr. Fox. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Amelia is in the house as well as Nancy. Buchanan popped back in. Welcome back, Nancy and Amelia. Let's see, did I miss anyone else? Zoe also in the house. Sarah Wright. I think I got Bobby Joe earlier. And let's see, just double checking if Laura Rennie, I think I already sent you. Okay, so yeah, we're good. Aurelio Perez also there. Welcome, and glad to have you on board. Ninja Orchids, welcome. Good to see you again. All right. I think we got most of you guys. Okay, I'm going to see if we can put this onto the 3D map, if I can locate where I have it. And I do have it right there. So let's swap over and make it single so I can actually see it a little bit better. And of course there we can see what in relationship to that picture, that flow, and got the whiteboard working, that flow came off of this direction here and came down here, and I'm wondering if it got right into the coulee. And we'll have a quick look at that, but it's definitely flowing out onto that area. So if we go back to that picture and take a look, and that's exactly where it is. This is where, oh, why is my whiteboard not working there yet? Okay, this is the old flow path from that previous stream. So that's exactly where I thought it was, and we're dead on the money. So that has flowed, like you can see, the old stuff from 1949, and this is what it created. Okay, so that's back from a long time ago, 1949, and pretty cool. Okay, so and then we have that new stuff on there. So it's going to turn around and make that whole little peninsula, if you will, a lot bigger, especially if this stuff joins together here. So they're going to gain some land over time, and I'm sure that flow is going to increase here. And that lighthouse, I think, is right around here. There's the lighthouse shining out brightly, roughly in that position. So looks pretty cool. Actually, if we go over, I can manipulate that 3D map and kind of get us to the lighthouse if I get to the right spot. Whoa. Why is it not moving? Hang on, something's not moving. Oh, there, it focused. I'm not sure where that lighthouse is. Okay, I know it's on here somewhere. Maybe, oh yeah, right there. That's it right here. We can see the shadow. Okay, so that's the lighthouse. Pretty cool. And anyway, I'm going to clear that off. While we're on this screen, I'm going to hit the magic button, and we are going to go to the other interesting facts. And we've got a whole bunch more earthquakes that have been happening, and some fairly sizable. There's a 4.2 over on, oh, I'm on the wrong screen, over on that side. Not sure how far down that one was, but I think oh, hang on, I did see that. It was quite a ways down. Again, I'm on the wrong screen. 4.2. Let's go down the list here and see where it is. Or 4.3, my apologies. 35 kilometers down. So it was quite a distance down in the depths, and that's something that is kind of interesting, but that's a fairly strong earthquake. But you see, in general, there are a lot of earthquakes happening there, and it's kind of a little bit on the weird side. So we may see more volcanic activity, or of course we're going to see continued volcanic activity, but we may see more of it. So don't be surprised if you maybe see a second eruption somewhere down south. We don't know yet. I'm guessing at that. So don't anybody take that as a verbatim or 100%, okay? It can happen. So Sherry Lawson, here I am, late again, as usual. Hi, Dr. Fox and my lovely lava friends, or family, sorry. Flo Smith also in the house, and who else did I miss here? Going up, Mark Raccoon also there, welcome. And Brian Crown, welcome back, good to have you here. And I think Alan Coker also popped in. Mandy Heslin, welcome you guys. Glad to have you on board. Carol Peacock also here. I think I already got John is it Raper? And then Craig Thor also back in the house. So good to see you guys. And if I missed somebody coming in, don't panic. I get busy doing other things, so it's always a little tough. You realize that the whole island is one big lava flow. Yes, absolutely, Larry. The entire island of La Palma started out as a volcano. So the whole thing is really volcanic. But what we pointed out there with that new flow onto that peninsula, the last time, or when that peninsula was created, was back in 1949. So it's about 71, 72 years. It's pretty cool to kind of see that, and you know, they are using it as land, and unfortunately it's now going to have to wait for another bunch of years before they can use it again, unfortunately. Let's see. Okay, we will get to the Icelandic volcano in a little bit. Brian Crown, is La Palma on the edge of the ocean ridge, or is it just artistic conception? It is basically an artistic conception. It's not really on a ridge. It is on a little higher area. It's not as deep there as some of the other areas. If you go into the real depths, it's a lot different. But it's not really shallow there either. I don't know the actual depth of the water in the area, but that is a fair-sized volcano, and of course there's probably more of it under the water than there is above the water. That's always something to consider when we're looking at these things. Okay, is that a fault running along the east side of La Palma? And no, it's not a fault. La Palma is actually sitting like where we've seen all those earthquakes. That's actually where the hot spot is. Okay, that because of the way that hot spot used to be underneath Africa. and Africa has moved off of it, and as it moved off, that hotspot has actually created all of those islands out there as things move away. It's the same concept as what Hawaii is doing. Hawaii itself is moving to the northwest, and the big island of Hawaii itself, I guess it would be the southeastern part, is actually where the hotspot is now. And in a couple more million years, the big island of Hawaii, if it doesn't keep getting bigger, it's going to turn around and be an island by itself, a fairly large one, and then we're going to end up having another island of some sort, Hawaii 2 or 3 or whatever you want to call it. So, stick around for a couple million years. I bet you that's exactly what's going to happen. So, anyway, I know I'm going to be here. Anyway. Rick Engineer also in the house. Pavel P. Good to have you here. Sarah Wright, I think I got you earlier there. Welcome. Greg Fry. Welcome all you guys. Glad to see you popping in. Ellie Marie TV. Welcome. And let's see. At least 2 vents. Okay, at the crater. Actually, there are more vents. Actually, let's go back to that map for a minute, since I did have it up, and we'll go back here and go back here and see if we pull it out. And yeah, it's not playing nice with me today on my computer. It seems to be trying to update and not move as well as it could. Yeah, something stopped. I might have to reload that. But you can see up top here. I'm going to see if it'll zoom in. No, it's being babyish. Yeah, it's got a problem. Okay. Oh, it's going to reload. Darn it. Okay. Anyway, we'll get back to that. We'll pop it back on here. And when you have 3D maps, they are memory gobblers. And it's hard to keep them on the screen and updated and everything else. Anyhow, let's pop back over to here for now. It is a lavely site. We still have a lot of material pouring out. If you want to direct a question to Dr. Fox, type at DrFox2000. It will light up for me. It will turn red in my chat, and I can actually see that. Actually, you don't need to put the @ sign. If you just put DrFox2000 all together, it does light up, and I can see it a lot better. Like Sandy Bird just did there, and she said 126, hello Dr. Fox, and everyone here. So that works out. And Pavel just said, Pop is going good word to describe this. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Does autocomplete what? Does the autocomplete through at Dr. Fox? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. The autocomplete. Is that like auto incorrect? Yeah. Anyway. Love the lava flow that we are seeing today, and of course here's more of a side view. You can still see that we do have multiple vents happening there, and it does appear to be 2 primary vents right now. And of course the one on the top here, this used to be 3 separate vents. I don't know if they've decided to call it just 1 vent now, or if they're still marking it as 3. This one was a little further down. I don't know if this is just flow. So if that's just a lava flow, or if that's actually a hot spot, that means the hot spots are moving down. But we know we had other flow out here in the front before, and we know we also had some stuff on the backside that was starting to go a little more south. So it's kind of neat to see, but yeah, that's actually a very, very nice set of fountains shooting out a lot of lava there, guys. Pretty cool. Sheila is also in the house, as well as Truth is back. Smoking Joking. Welcome, you guys. Dr. John Kane. Welcome. Best fireworks ever. Absolutely. But we do have to keep in mind that, you know, this, as much as we like the fireworks show, a lot of it has to do with the people that are affected by it. And unfortunately, it's one of those things, really nothing we can do about it, but we do feel that, I'm going to see if, yeah, my quality is up. I was wondering why I was a little bit on the fuzzy side there. So, still up there, but I guess it's because it's so hazy out, or smoky, with a lot of ash falling in that area. Sorry, not a lot happening in Iceland. Yeah, there isn't a lot happening in Iceland, but we are going to go take a look at Iceland anyway, and have a look and see what it was doing, because of course we do like Iceland. Okay, the next Hawaiian island will be Lo'iha, or Ihi, Lo'ihi. Okay, it is the southeast coast of the big island of Hawaii. Lo'ihi is currently a seamound, growing intermittently, may grow above the sea level in about 10,000 years. Well, Sharon Stewart, thank you for that information. So then I won't have to wait a million years. I can be there in 10,000 and see it happening. Pretty cool. So anyway, for those people who are joining us here in the stream, please keep it in English. If you look down in the rules, it does tell you that. And we prefer that you communicate in English. I understand that some people wish to speak Spanish and other things like that. Ronald Doob or Daub, you're not going to get a wrench, okay? Very simple. I don't know who you are, and we don't turn around and give things away like that for free. Supporting your stream, much appreciated, Doc. Thank you, Truth, with that £2 super chat. I really do appreciate the super chat. And by the way, just to mention to the others here, that yeah, the stream is not monetized, so the only thing that I get from the stream, of course, I do have a passion to want to be doing this to begin with, but it does help out with the super chats coming in. It does help with paying for all my fancy equipment and monitors and so on and so forth. But I do have to take off for a half a second, guys. Don't go away. I have an issue with a blackbird bugging my bunny, and I will be right back. Okay, problem solved, and I am back. Just had to do that real quick and make sure that my wonderful BB is not being attacked by a blackbird. So 2 seconds is a short break, but save BB. Yeah, I did. We have the machine. I mean the means. Chalito, welcome. Hey, let's keep it in English, Chalito. English, por favor. Okay, and welcome. So, yeah, bad birdie. Oh, Chalito was hidden. Uh-oh, Chalito was bad. Okay, Barbarian also in here, and James Shadbolt, welcome. Glad to have you guys on board. Oh, it is time for me to actually take a break already. I didn't realize, boy, time flies when you're having fun. Wonderful, wonderful. So, What is it? Izzy Fly 799, welcome as well as yeah, I got Mandy already. So anyway, I'm going to take a little bit of a break, guys. For those who are joining us, just please remember, Grandma B also here. For those who are joining us, don't forget to hit that like button if you are enjoying what you're seeing. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification just so you can be here for when the next stream comes online. And on that friendly note, I'm going to go take a little bit of a break. We have three wonderful moderators in the chat doing their thing, so it's good to see a few people there. If you guys do have a question for myself, remember to make sure that you write it as DrFox2000 in front of it. That way it will show up in red on my screen, and I will be able to see it a lot easier and try to answer. But I won't do that while I'm on break, though, okay? Just so you know. So save it till I'm actually back. A lot of people seem to do that. Okay, on that friendly note, like I said, hit that like button. We got 282 people in here, only 161 likes. I'm hoping a few more of you are actually liking this stream. So please consider hitting that button, and I will be back in about 5 minutes. Don't go away. Okay, I've got the microphone back on. I'm hoping I'm not coming in too loud. Anyway, welcome everyone. I'm back from my break. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and good to see a lot more people popping into the channel. Glad everyone is joining and hopping on board. If you do like what you're seeing, don't forget to hit that like button. That is what really helps the stream out a whole bunch. So by all means, you know, it's not hard to do. Just put your mouse or finger onto that little thumb up there and make that happen. So nice entrance, Piggy says. Okay. Irish Monk is also on the channel, as well as Gordon B, Barbarian, Reform BBC. Good to see you guys all coming back. Sue Hayes. Joseph Robert Vanderhoof is back as well. And I see Larry is leaving. Larry Vladica, have a good evening and enjoy your TV. Boomer Heo, I hope I said that right. No, I'm looking, I looked up on Google, and Google said it's La Palma. It wasn't wasn't thinking about Google when I answered the question, but it is the island. Okay, as far as I did see your comment earlier there about the tsunami, and you were trying to get some talk about the tsunami going, and I'm going to kind of squash your thought pattern a little bit. Okay, as far as the possibilities of a tsunami or a major collapse of the actual island, it is very, very unlikely, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say that. It's one of those things, it doesn't go over well when we talk about it, because you have a better chance of winning a lottery than waiting for trying to get a tsunami to appear like that. And what we really try not to do in this stream is to produce fear-mongering, okay? And, you know, talking about a tsunami and trying to scare people and things like this is not what this stream is about. And, you know, like I said, the chances of the tsunami, you have a better chance of winning the lottery, okay? Even if you don't buy a ticket, all right? So that's something that you want to keep in mind, and please, you know, like to produce a tsunami of the size that they were talking about on the History Channel would basically be a demise of the entire island. And that's just not going to happen, okay? And I'm trying to be realistic. So that's kind of where it's at. And hopefully you can understand that. The evidence, you know, is pointing more at stability than it does at a tsunami or the island falling apart. La Palma has been there for a long time already, and it's going to continue to be there for a long time yet to come. Like I said, it's similar to sitting on that hotspot in Hawaii, and as that hotspot moves, you know, the volcanoes will end up being further south. I lived on the street, and Ironmonger and Fearmonger, one is still in business, the former. Yeah, Fearmonger, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. I am going to have to sneak away again just for a couple of seconds, though, guys. Seems to me we have another bird problem. So I will be right back. Okay, that was done very quickly. This time it was 4 magpies, and BB is still sitting there and being stable. So I got rid of them real quick. Anyway, let's see. 420. Did you? Okay, what did the lobster and steak show up, Doc? What? Lobster and steak? Was there? Oh, hang on. I missed the lobster and steak. What's going on? Who sent it? A few more people popped in here. Charlotte is here, as well as Carla Ott. Luke Mule is back, and is it Al Miski? Meeseeks? Al Meeseeks. I hope I said that right. Welcome, you guys. 420 also in the house. Good to see you here, so welcome. And let's see, Timothy Hutchinson, Hutchinson also here. And okay, so we see a whole bunch of new faces. By all means, guys, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please consider doing that. It really does help the channel out. Anyhow, we'll just put it back over to the other view of the volcano for a second, and then we're going to go over and have a look and see how Iceland is doing. So we'll get to that. Gutentag says he will be in La Palma on Tuesday. That'll be cool. Really cool. Major is also in the house. Mucho bacon tonight. You know what? There is mucho bacon, and before we go to Iceland, let's do the mucho bacon. And of course, you know, here we have the bacon seed pictures that come in once in a while, and we really do enjoy it. So for those who are new, bacon seeds are these guys. Okay, and so. This is a wonderful, cute little addition to our bacon that's sliding down the hill there. So this type of bacon, though, these are bacon seeds. They're not fully grown by any means. Yeah, just little guys, and you know, cute as a button. So I have to put them up there. It's yeah. And thank you very much, Piggy, for sending me that. And that's where these bacon seeds are coming from Piggy. That might be her in the background there. I don't know. Okay. Anyway. Oh, Boomer. Hey, oh, okay. My apologies. Was not trying to cause fear. Was just wasn't sure if this was that island. Thank you for your explanation, and thank you for that $30 super chat. You didn't have to do that. I mean, but I'll happily accept it. Yeah, and we will talk a little bit more about the tsunami and the possibilities of what can happen there. And to be honest, we have a much bigger chance of a tsunami happening on the west coast of North America and flooding out some of Asia than we do about La Palma. But I'll get back to that in a little bit. Let's go to Iceland now. So since we have our piggies or bacon seeds, and of course here is our view of the berm. And for those who don't know, the berm is in the back here. You can see it down there. And Nathagi Valley is there in that respect. And this, of course, is the trail out to the parking lot. The drinking stone that everybody knows about, right, is somewhere back up here, right beside that hill. And I walked right by it, and I completely forgot to take pictures when I was there. And it wasn't just once. I walked by it, 4 times? So, yeah, I kicked myself for not doing that. Sundial also in the house. Welcome. Scott Hartman also popped in. And let's see, Barbarian. I don't know if I said hi to you already. So we got Sander Schneider, Sandy Bird. Bibi is quite an attraction this evening. Yeah, apparently she is. Being in the yard, she's always good. Larry Mason also popped in. Glad to have you on board, Larry. Mac O'Neill is also here. So cool. Glad to see everyone is in. And anyway, getting to the next picture, and of course we see, by the way, this is not exactly up to date. This is back in time a little bit because it is dark in Iceland right now, but I wanted to see what the day looked like. And for those who are fairly new to this, we are actually looking here at our volcano in Iceland is there. That's Ragnar. This area in the front here, that's upper or southern Meridalier. The valley on the other side of the hills over there, that's Geldingadalur. And the material going down the hill here, that was into Notthagi Valley. Just to kind of give you a little bit of orientation. And so north is up on that end, south is down here, and west out there somewhere, and we're kind of on the east side here. So just to give you a little bit of a clue as to where it's laying and where we are. But you can see during the day there it was raining. It doesn't look like there's anybody out there right now. And we do still see the volcano giving off a lot of gaseous smoke there. But we don't know what else it's going to be doing in the future here. So let's see if we can clear that. And things are revving up here. Oh, hang on. Whiteboard. There we go. Okay, cleared that off. And we wanted to go to I think the rumble chart first. So these are your harmonic tremors. And I was watching earlier today, and I thought, hey, look, it's on an upward trend. And you know, it was heading up, and then there goes my hopes. They're going back down to the basement. So that is our present day harmonic tremor chart. If you want to bring that up, you can always type in the word rumble chart. Rumble chart. So if somebody wants to do it that way, the link will pop up, and not everybody has to do it, just one person or something, and that will help out, and you will be able to have a look at that. There's also some other information if you're so inclined. We do have the 3D map. So if you type in 3D, just the letter or number 3, the letter D, that will bring up the Icelandic 3D map. If you want to type in La Palma 3D, that will bring up the one for La Palma, the 3D map there. Just to kind of let you know. And let's pop over to the earthquake map though, and of course I'm showing the whole thing again so you guys can see that you can select any date and time that you want up in these sections. And of course we're going from what is it here, yeah, to the 7th, which is today, and this is from the 30th. So basically 7 days worth of earthquakes that have been happening, and we'll zoom in a little bit on this area. You see this swarm of earthquakes, and of course, just to give you a little bit of orientation, the airport is over here. This is Grindavik down here. This little spot is, and we can probably zoom in on it. So Grindavik, and this is the Blue Lagoon, and the power station is sitting right around there, just so you guys kind of see that. And I going to hit this. This is Notthagi Valley. Our crater, or the one we just looked at, is sitting right around there where the hand is. And I want to click on this guy because I didn't see him yesterday. I missed him. And that was a 1.5, and it's happening there. So that's kind of interesting. I don't think that is ground settling or weight, I think that is too close to the ridge. It looks like it's right on the ridge, or on almost on the edge of Storihugger, and so right at the base of it, which is pretty interesting. Anyway, the swarm up in this area, this is what we're really interested in. Kilar is this volcano at the back end here. Do you notice the earthquakes migrating towards Nar? And yes, actually, I was going to mention that, Paulzilla, and truth, there must be running. What? Dr. Fox must be unnerving and unsettling living in La Palma at the moment. Truth, absolutely, and we will get back to that. But right now we are over here in Iceland, and we're going to have a look at the swarm here. And what Paulzilla was just mentioning, that it looks like the activity is moving a little bit further south. So this is really, really interesting. If you look here, these are all older quakes already, and the newer ones are on this end. So it seems that they're coming this way a little bit. This is a fairly fresh one right here. That would have been from today. Again, it's still 6 kilometers down, but it was a 2.4. So that's kind of still neat to see. There's some other ones in here that are from today, 1.5. So we are still getting a fair amount of little quakes and big quakes. Some of the other older, bigger ones here, of course, they're already from a few days ago. We did have a 4.2 in there somewhere in the lot, in the mess. But I did notice that we're getting more down at this end. And this is something that it almost seems like it's migrating this way. That one was from today at 5:30 a.m. roughly, 1.8, but it is only at 5 kilometers in depth. So it is slightly higher than a lot of the old ones over here. A lot of those were at 6 kilometers down. So that's kind of an interesting little adventure. This one is still 6 kilometers or down. That was from yesterday, a 1.9. I think this might be from today here. 1.1, and that again, 5 kilometers down. So it's coming a little bit more shallow. I also wanted to check these guys here as we get closer. That one is 7 kilometers down, but that happened at 1:30 a.m. Iceland time, and you can definitely see it's only a 0.9, a little guy, but we still have some other little guys here from yesterday. Those are still fairly low as well, and let's see, 0.4 and 6 kilometers down from yesterday as well. So kind of interesting to see that happening. If we zoom back out, we can see, like I say, our volcano is sitting around here. This is Galdingadarlar, that valley. So, and the flow has gone down that way into Nadhagi. So this is Nadhagi Valley. That little lake has long been evaporated, and that was only a seasonal little pond anyway. So let's see. All right, I'm trying to keep up with some of the things that are being thrown at me here. Pavel P says, as far as a harmonic tremor thing, are getting louder. Okay. Think of it as a source of sound getting closer to the microphone. And, you know, it could definitely be that, just like a train coming at you. Craig Thor says there seems to be a slow pickup in the earthquakes at Yellowstone, same as Iceland and La Palma. Coincidence? Of course. Yeah, it is. Sandra Rockland says, how deep/shallow does the earthquake have to be felt? Well, if you something that is say if you're standing right on top of an area that has a three magnitude going on, if you're right on top of it, you will feel it under your feet, even if it is 20 kilometers down. Okay, but the higher up it is, the more you will actually feel it, and of course, the larger it is. Now, let me qualify that with, okay, there's a lot to do with the way the ground is structured underneath you, in order to be able to feel it. In some places, it's very stiff, the ripple effect. You may not feel anything right where you're standing, but the guy a kilometer down the road, he's going to be bouncing up and down. Okay, so even though you're closer to the epicenter, and those are kind of the way things happen. I lived through okay, Pavel P says, I've lived through a 6.8 and the depth was 30 miles, 60 miles away. Everyone felt it in Seattle in 2001. And yeah, and 60 miles away, 30 miles down. So it depends on where it's happening and the structure of your ground, and the ripple effect that it has through that medium, which is basically the earth. And when we talk about ripple effect, it does indeed have a ripple effect throughout the world. As you know, if you have a very, very large earthquake, that earthquake will propagate out. It's just like throwing a big rock into a pond. That ripple effect will get larger and larger and larger. Although the further out it goes, it will be less intense, but it is the same principle. So that's kind of interesting to see. Oh my God, it's break time again. Well, who keeps making me have breaks? My God, I'm having fun yakking. Okay, fine, guys. All right, it is break time, and I do want to say thank you to those guys who have super chatted already. Awesome of you guys to do that. It really does help with the support for the channel. Also, I see we are at 221 likes. Let's see if we can push that up a little bit more. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show tonight, and that we can keep this going. I did put it back over to Cumbre Vieja in La Palma and in the Canary Islands, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that while I am on break, and our fire fountain is not disappointing us. So again, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing if we've earned your subscription, and hopefully we have so far. And I am going to go take that 5-minute break. I do need to do that, otherwise my voice will go nowhere in a little while. How did you get into all of this? I fell into it, Mandy. I will talk about that when I get back. And just to let you guys know, I am not a geologist. I'm an amateur geologist when it gets into those things. But I am a prospector, and I enjoy hunting for gold and rare gems. But we'll talk about that when I come back from my break. For now, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay, the microphone is back on. I don't want to scare anybody, so I'm going to say this nicely. And I'm back! Okay, so I'm your host, DrFox2000. You are watching the Volcano Eruption live stream. And of course, Cumbre Vieja Volcano in La Palma, Canary Islands. Cumbre Vieja is old summit, is what they're referring to. She's an old summit. And she's been there for a while. And not referring to a lady, but an old mountain. And it's pretty cool. So I see that going through the chat there, and it's all good. Lots of fun. Okay, now we did want to talk a little bit more about the other stuff about the tsunamis and things like this, and what I had mentioned before. So we don't want to create a lot of fear mongering or anything like that. Just kind of let's see. What's going on here? All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, double whammy there. Okay, for those people who are in here, please, if you do have a question for me, make sure that you type in DrFox2000, all one word, okay? And we will be happy to address your question. Let's not get into fear-mongering, where we are trying to scare people and things like this. This is not what we're going to do. But first, I want to just review what we seen earlier here. And of course, we did have the photo of what was going on with that. Oh, hang on! I forgot to look at Hawaii. Here's our time lapse of Hawaii in the last 24 hours, and yep, it still looks like a flux capacitor. And you may notice that level of the lava in the crater is actually a little bit higher than it was before. So a real place to, whoa, hang on, why is that not working? Hang on, whiteboard. I guess I might go, somebody ate my crayons? Where's that gonna work now? No, still no crayons. No, darn it. Piggy, did you eat my crayons? Yeah, let's see. I gotta fix this. I think somebody ate my crayons. All right, I gotta remove those and get a new pack of crayons. Whiteboard. There we go. And let's do that. Okay. And we need a thicker line. All right, there we go. So what I'm kind of using as a gauge is this guy over here. And before that actually had quite a bit of space underneath it, and it was pouring in. And it's no longer doing that. So that level is up quite a ways. And you can actually see in the time lapse, if we leave that line there, that level fluctuates up and down a little bit. And that's kind of interesting to see. Also, take a look at this island in the middle here, and you actually see it moving up and down. So, yeah, Jim, I got the crayons back. It's okay. Truth, it's going to be a while. What? A while before buns? Oh, yeah. Okay, no worries about the buns, and no worries about the crayons. We're all good. So, that is our wonderful stuff that we've got going on there in Hawaii. So anyway, I wanted to get back to this photo here, and just to kind of recap what we've had. So a majority of the views are from over on this side by the harbor, and that's usually the views that we are getting. So we don't see this area over here. And as you can see from the top left hand side, the flow has picked off a line going down the old flow path that the previous eruption from 1949 had produced, and that has now allowed it to move in there. They should have named the island Bob. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, it picked that old flow path because it was an easier way and a little bit of a gully, and it was able to get in there and flow onto that peninsula. And of course, that's going to make that land probably not usable for another 50 years or so, if not more. And we'll see what happens in time. Both this and this area here, I think this is going to fill out. I think this is going to fill up, and depending on how long this continues, this may even start to flow this way, depending on where the primary flow is coming here and the way the land is laying. And I'm not 100% sure if this is kind of hilled up here a little bit or not. So it could be going off that way rather than this way because of the contour of the area. Don't know 100%, but we'll see. Pavel, Dr. Fox, more like blop. Okay, yeah. Don H, you said it was going to end up, it was going up and down? Yeah, you said it was going up and down. Yep, that's what I did, Don. I did. A little bit. Not much. Meter, maybe. That little island in the middle, it looks really weird. And I don't know if it's a trick of the light or just the way that was popping up and down. I'm going to have to do a little more research on that, because if that is actually moving, that's a pretty big cork in the bottom of that crater. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. Anyway, wanted to review here, looking at this Hawaii, or sorry, the new peninsulas that it's pushing out into the ocean from La Palma, and he says it's because of the old lava tubes. Okay, is that the cliff face behind? Okay, not sure. The actual cliff, this area here, yeah, that's that whole cliff along there, that's where it's coming over. Yeah, if that's what you're asking. And it is the cliff face, and it's done and flowed in a second place. So very cool to see, and probably not so cool for the people who are living there. Okay, now I kind of lost my train of thought here, what I was going to do next. Let's see. I'll figure it out. Okay, I was going to talk about how I got into this a little bit for those who were curious. And okay, well, first off, as I mentioned before, I'm a prospector. I love going out hunting for gold and you know, nice shiny rocks and things like that, gemstones, that kind of thing. So this has always been an interesting and fascinating hobby for me. The other thing I like is getting old fossils and things like that as well. So yeah, we're going to get to the tsunami in a few minutes here. That definitely is on the agenda. Anyway, you know, looking at some of the older things, as a child, when I was in Germany, of course, I had a pretty good collection of fossils, and when we moved to Canada, unfortunately, I had to leave the rocks behind because we were flying in an aircraft, and rocks way too much. And of course, yeah, it ain't no tsunami yet. No, we're not there yet. Gordon B., have patience. Toco, hola, and por favor, English, okay? Please keep it in English, and we don't mind having you here. And please, Germany, I'm German. Ninja Orchids, yeah, that's where I'm originally from. Und ich kann Deutsch sprechen. Not so good anymore. But anyway, we want to talk about that tsunami thing and the fact that it's less likely to see a tsunami coming from La Palma. It's a lot less than the potential of what could happen from the west coast of the United States. And I do need to get a map up there, so bear with me for a few minutes, and I am going to try to bring us the US GS map, which will help enough. Let's see. Oh, no, that didn't work. USGS map is what I want to. Oh, there it is. Earthquake map. Okay. Latest earthquakes. Okay, so I'm going to get that ready for you. Give me a second or two. I need to put it in the right place so we can show it. Whoa, that didn't work. There we go. All right. And I want to adjust it before we do too much here. I like all earthquakes. All right, so, and we will get rid of that. And need to make it bigger so you guys can see all of it. And we will make it a little bigger. All right. Okay, let me do a quick screen capture for that, and then we will go have a quick look at that as well. Just give me a few seconds, and we will get a split screen here and get into the right place, and there we go. Let's add a source. And yeah, I do this on the fly, guys, and it is sometimes a little bit more difficult when you're just doing it at a whim, but it is kind of a spontaneous thing that we're doing here anyway, so we do enjoy it. Anyway, okay, so I've got the earthquake map up. I'm gonna put that live. So now this is the USGS earthquake map, and of course if you're looking, you're probably going, okay, well, we're missing some stuff. We're not seeing information from a lot of places, and I just want to double check here that we have 1 day. No, I want to do 7 days, all magnitudes, so we can see what's going on. So that's the world of USGS, with of course showing you the ring of fire is what they refer to this as, going around this whole area, and that is a very, very potentially high area for earthquakes. Okay, so having seen all that, we're going to just do a little zoom in here into North America, and this is the plate that is in question, and that is the Wanda Fuca plate, and of course it's the Cascadia subduction zone, which, as I mentioned before, runs from approximately the southern tip of Queen Charlotte Islands down to the bottom end of Oregon. And you can see it's kind of shaped funny, but it is subducting underneath North America. So, and this is actually a good place where I can draw a little bit, and we will get to the whiteboard and use the crayons here. Got to double check. Yeah, we got the green here. So Okay, dark green is going to be our color for our Wanda Fuca plate, and it's going to be going like this. It's going to go down, and it's going to get down into what we call the melt zone. Okay, and this is where it gets into the asthenosphere, and it starts to fall apart and ends up being recycled and so on. Now I'll get a different color here so I can represent the other side, a little bit lighter color. So what's happening as that moves in, and of course I'm going to try to draw this a little bit like this, and then we got mountains on there. So what ends up happening is we end up getting a kind of a trap in this area here, okay, and we end up with a bunch of magma stuck in there, and what will eventually happen is places like Mount Olympia and so on in Washington, the former volcanoes, a lot of the volcanoes there that could erupt, they would be receiving lava that's being pressured up. But the biggest concern that we have here is, of course, this material is moving this way. And as it moves, okay, what it's doing is it's actually bending this downward. This used to be nice and flat, but what's happening is it's bending it down, and it's like loading a spring up, okay? And when that spring lets go, what's going to happen is that whole area is going to shoot back up. And when it does, that's when you're going to see a tsunami happening, because your green area will subside more, and then the actually the tip of your North American continent is actually going to actually submerge a little bit too, because that whole thing is going to drop back down. But in the process, it's going to go up and then back down. And when it does that, of course, then we're going to see the wave, okay? And it will propagate in that direction, this direction, outward. You're going to see it all over in the entire area, and I'm trying to scroll it out here. Oh, I went too far. The entire area, whoa, wrong place again. So it's going to end up over there. We're going to see some in Australia, New Zealand. You're even going to see some propagation down here. Okay, so that's going to be a ripple effect, and it's going to go all the way out. And you're going to see it in Alaska. You're going to see it in a bunch of different places. Just like Japan in 2011, exactly, Ducky. And actually, this here, what we're talking about, this is not the first time it's done this. Okay, about 320, 330 years ago, it did it. It was recorded. The Japanese were actually the ones that recorded the very, very high levels of tsunami waves coming in, and that is 300 and some years ago. And that spring has been loading since then, and it is going to be what they refer to as the Big Rip. Okay, it's going to be an earthquake that is in the magnitudes range of 9+, and 9+ is huge. The entire coast of the western United States and Canada, all the way through here, they're all going to feel it. Okay, primary locations though that are going to end up getting wiped out, probably this area. So we're looking in, places like Seattle, Vancouver, Portland, Oregon, those kinds of areas and anything in between, they're going to find that they've got massive problems when that does happen. So as far as the possibility that this exists a lot more than going over into our other area, and I'll move the map over, and of course this if we get rid of those circles I made, and this is our am I on the right map? Yeah. La Palma is there. So if we go look at the physical size of La Palma, okay, and you see how small it is on the map. Oh, I missed that. So the physical size of it on the map right there, and you compare that to the physical size of the Juan Fuca plate, okay, there's a huge difference, and it is minuscule when you're looking at La Palma in that sense. Now, if La Palma does send out waves, of course, oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong screen again. It is going to cause a ripple effect if it does happen, but the likelihood of it doing too much is really not that much of a concern. It's not going to be anywhere near as big as people are boasting, so I wouldn't even want to go there. And yeah, that Lobos on Hador, please don't do that in the channel. This is not a place to be begging for things to be sent to you, okay? That's not the type of stream this is. Anyway, getting back to our material at hand, so when we're looking at, this physically, it's a very small place in comparison to when we take a look at the area affected by the Juan Fuca plate. And for somebody to turn around and say this is going to create a massive tsunami, I find it a little bit difficult to kind of justify it. It could, and like I said, your chances of Piggy is saying time. Your chances, I'm sorry, I have to keep going here for a few seconds, but your chances of that happening is literally a lot lower, and you're probably going to be able to win the lottery a lot easier than you are waiting for that La Palma to split up and break up, and your chances are much higher over looking at that Juan Fuca plate. Now, there's also another one that is subducting, and of course, that is right in here, in Central America, and that's something that we want to take a look at as well in the future. But I wouldn't be so concerned about that area. The big one would be coming from the Juan Fuca plate, and of course, if it goes, that Cascadia shockwave will zip down the San Andreas fault line as well, and that will affect everything right down into Mexico and probably right up into Alaska. So, and of course, Alaska, this is where our hot zone is, and just so you know, what ends up happening is Hawaii is actually heading, oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong screen again. Hawaii is actually heading this way, and in I don't know, about 20-30 million years, Hawaii is going to subduct underneath this area, and it will go down, just like the Juan Fuca plate is subducting in underneath North America. So don't hold your breath. That takes a long time for that to happen. And like I said, it's way down the road. Anyway, I'm going to get you back to our volcano at hand. And that is Cumbre Vieja in La Palma in the Canary Islands. And I am going to go take that break. Good thing I have a chance. Brian Crown, yeah, or what? Good thing I have a canoe. A canoe! Holy Batman, that's really going to help you out. Can you switch Sea View Cam for a minute? I don't think the Sea View Cam is live anymore. Let me double check and see if they put it back on. But I did not. They turned it off, and yeah, they turned it off. Unfortunately, who was asking? Truth. Yeah, they killed it, and I don't have it anymore. I hit the wrong button. Otherwise, I would have been able to go back to it. But RTVE is running their other live stream, so that's not on right now, unfortunately. This is our other view, but I like the first one a little bit better. So we will put it back there for now, and watch our fire fountain while I go take a little bit of a break. So please don't go away. Now, I just want to say, hey, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do hit that like button. It really does help out the stream, and that's what we're looking for. And yeah, you know, that's really the support we need. Okay, the more we get on there, the better off we are. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you want to see more of these wonderful streams with the narration, please do consider hitting that subscribe button if we've earned it. And as well, pop that notification bell while you're there, and we'll make things happen. I did see a few more people popped in here I wanted to say hi to. We did have Lisa W. Welcome. And let's see, who is... Sierran, I hope I said that right. Welcome. And Frosty username was also back. Henrietta, welcome. Gordon B also here. Laurent, welcome. Glad to have you here. LL Pete, okay. You got a break when you get the job done. Yeah, I get a break when the job's done. That's it. Okay, let's see, who else did I see? All right, I'm going to go take that break, you guys. Please don't go away, and then we will come back and finish the last half hour of the stream. So by all means, like I said, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please consider doing so if you enjoy what you're seeing. And I will be back in about 5 minutes, so don't go away. I'm your host. See, I need that break. I can't talk. I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'll be back.
dos alimentos, por exemplo, tem se dado por algumas.
Eu não tive como ajudar ele, não vi, não.
Okay, guys and gals, I'm back. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and we're on our last roughly half hour of the show, and glad to see we still have a whole bunch of people in the stream. Excellent stuff, and let's see. I'm not trying to mention that unmentionable, H word? Yeah. Okay, well, we won't mention an H word. Edson Oliveira, please English, okay? Por favor, English. And only English. This is an English-speaking chat. We will keep it as that. That's so everyone can communicate equally here, and it makes it a little bit easier for all of us. So on the last half hour here, I'm basically going to kind of interact a little bit more with what's going on in the chat, and hopefully we will appease some of you, and hope you like the show so far, you guys. And I see there's a lot of talking about older earthquakes and things like that. I myself did, in fact, enjoy an earthquake. I think it was somewhere around a 4.3 when I was very young, living out on Vancouver Island, and that was scary enough for me. I did not hear, did not hear any noises or anything like that when that was happening. It was just kind of a rumble, and out we went, out of the building. I was actually in school at the time as a kid, and away it went. So, I didn't experience a very big one. Now, I know some of you in here have been to some very interesting places and have experienced some very, very intense earthquakes. And it is really a scary thing when you get to it. One of the things I did want to mention about, the amount of earthquakes that we've seen in the La Palma area, there are quite a few, right? And it is difficult for these people to get, a reasonable peace of mind and sleep if, it's like where Piggy lives, as an example. There's always earthquakes happening, and it is one of those things where, it makes you feel uneasy, uncomfortable. But I do have to really feel for the people in La Palma. The big factor is the noise from the volcano. If they're down fairly close to it, in that sense, living in the area, this thing is going 24/7, and it is rumbling like crazy. And when I went to Iceland, of course, I did experience the volcano, the intensity of the volcano rumbling, and I thought that was pretty bad. But I couldn't imagine how much more it would be when we're looking at something like what we're seeing in La Palma. It would really, really be hard to take. Irish Monk, it is possible that the cultural USA is obsessed by foreign waves and pays no attention to local danger. Irish Monk, that there is that possibility too. They do think about that a lot, but I'm sure, once reality hits, people will have different thought patterns, and guaranteed, when you're looking at La Palma as an example, those people who have been living there, perhaps a complete generation that have never experienced something like this, it really is catastrophe for them. Reading some of the other comments, Mars 2028 says, Dr. Fox, at least the latest report from the AVO says there were 2 explosions at the seismic Nachi Pavlov volcano, and the volcano dome on Great Sitkin volcano continues to grow as well. Okay, interesting, Mars 28. We're going to have to check into that. That is something that's of interest. James Bong says, is there truth to the rumor that if there is a major collapse of La Palma's, that the splash will hit at the moon, the fear mongers will be sent there to colonize it? Well, nothing is impossible, all right? James Bond, there's really nothing is impossible. But as far as the fear mongers, I don't think we're going to see anything of the sort in our lifetimes. We do have some extra volcanic activity there, and as I mentioned before, with the amount of earthquakes and so on, there could be something more happening, and that hotspot could be taking its toll and cycling a little bit more, and we may see another volcano erupt, a sister or brother to Cumbre Vieja. So that is not uncalled for. Let's see, Cananescus country popped in as well. Welcome, glad to have you on board. And Miss Lobo Bob, not so many J's. Okay. James, okay, is there truth about rumor What? There is truth to the rumor, but keep looking into things. Yeah, there's truth. There's certain amounts of truth, and you know, if we really did our thing and looked at everything, where do we want to draw the line? This is something about, you know, the fear-mongering thing. I'd rather not know what's coming than knowing it's coming, in a way. And maybe it's because I'm older or whatever. So could Cumbre blow its top? Okay, as far as blowing its top, I don't think it's going to blow its top because the pressure valves are open, okay? It has multiple vents, and those vents, even if they intensify, it's not going to turn around and create any kind of tsunami whatsoever. You know, like literally, you need the island to basically break up and collapse, and I don't think it's going to do that. I think we will see more volcanoes. I think we will see more earthquakes, but I doubt very much that we're going to see any type of tsunami. Like I said in my earlier explanation, if we take a look at where is a more likely place to see a tsunami, it will happen over on the western side of the United States, and that is the Juan Fuca plate subducting and continuing to put pressure on that lip of the North American plate, and hopefully we won't have to worry about that. Hopefully it would be a gradual release, but I doubt that is going to happen there. Nancy Buchanan says, I have friends in Southern California. They have frequent earthquakes, but also have many aftershocks. How is this similar or different from swarms of earthquakes we're seeing here? Okay, that is because of the movement. So okay, California specifically, you've got the continent of North America, and you have the Pacific plate, and they are grinding along each other on a vertical movement, if you will. And as they grind along, they get stuck for a little while and they can't move, and then all of a sudden they let go, and that creates a jolt. Now, when that is happening, you're going to end up having multiple fragments in there that are going to be in the way, and you're going to end up seeing jerky movement. So you may have an original earthquake that is fairly massive, and then after that, as things subside and the pressure starts to release itself, you're going to see smaller earthquakes after the fact. And that's kind of what happens in those areas. So your residual or aftershocks, if you want to call them that, it would definitely be kind of the leftovers, if you will, from the big spring release. Okay, so that's kind of what you're looking at, and you know that tension as things are moving. That's why you see so many earthquakes there along that western seaboard, is because those plates are rubbing against each other. As one is going north, the other is going south, or kind of in that direction, and that's what's happening. Whereas Juan Fuca, the plate, is actually going underneath the North American continent, and it is facing two actions. One is it's the vertical movement of north and south there, as well as subducting from the west to the east. So you've got a few more things in play. Okay, let's see. Good description is what Piggy said. Thank you. Truth is out of here. Have a good night, Truth. And I did try to look at that Noticias news, and I did not find that lava stream there. I'm not sure if there wasn't a different one, or I'm not in the right spot. Something maybe slightly different. I might be on the wrong channel. I think there's 2 or 3 that were called that, so it's kind of hard to say which one's what, because there's also a Noticia Telemundo and a Noticia News NN, and I'm not sure which one is which. So just wanted to throw that in. And okay, let's see. Irish Monk, just for an explanation of plate movement in short. There's a video there. So if you guys want to actually go watch that video, that will probably tell you how the plates are moving. And I'm not sure if that one is one of the ones that I've seen, Irish Monk, where it's basically showing you which direction all the plates on the planet are moving, and it kind of shows you how the plates are rubbing together and so on, and how the subduction is happening. So some of that is pretty neat stuff for those who are liking it and interested in it. You guys can keep going forever and ever on it, because it's happening all the time, and we don't have enough time to continue with everything on here. So it is a wonderful thing, though. Mount Rainier, yeah, we got Mount Rainier. That'll blow its top, and then the beer will come out. No, I'm kidding. No beer will come out. We'll have lava. Night, one fish. Okay. Good to have you here, one fish, and have a good night. And we are looking at the end of the stream here very quickly, guys. So I want to say thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. For those who have not yet hit that like button, please consider doing that. And also, if you want to see more of this, with the narration and so on, you can always subscribe if we've earned your subscription, and hit that bell notification. That way you can do your thing. Dr. Fox, it's already did. That was the top of what? That's why the top is missing on Mount Rainier. What, Flo? You mean the beer already came out? Ah, darn. Anyway, I just switched views here. Let's see. Our weather is coming from the southeast tomorrow. We could have a dust here in Ireland tomorrow. Yeah, you may end up getting some of that volcanic ash or dust coming down. Hope you don't get too much, and hopefully everything is good. Frosty username says, have a good night, chat. Thanks, Dr. Fox and mods. And we do really want to say thank you to the moderators. They've done a wonderful job tonight. Really appreciate you, Dr. Fox, as well as the mods and everyone in the chat. It is a wonderful lava family that we have here, and we do enjoy having everyone pop in and join us. For those who haven't hit that like button yet, please, before you leave, maybe hit that like button. It would really, really be good. And let's see, there's other things. Okay, David Birch says the earthquakes in the middle of plates like South Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, etc., also Oklahoma and places like that I want to add to, are somewhat confusing me. What type of movement is occurring? Collapse as opposed to subduction. There is collapsing is one of the things that does happen. Another venture that you want to look at is some of it is in fact man-made. And I don't want to get too far into that because there's a process called fracking, which they basically shoot down nitrogen, freeze the ground, causes it to crack and break up, and then they put steam down there and extract oil. And fracking is kind of a detrimental thing when they're doing that. It can cause earthquakes, and that has been proven and noted. There's other things where you have fault lines, and of course, remember what we were saying, the North American plate is moving, okay? So as it moves along, you are going to see some of the fault lines shifting as the whole plate is moving. Things are always twisting a little bit, and you're going to see some of that. Let's see. I understand the man-made fracking stuff in Oklahoma, but Central VA confuses me, as well as the other faults like Charleston. If you take a look at the mountains, the Appalachians as an example, on the the western side of the Appalachians, that whole area is a bunch of different faults, and you have some ground welling there as well as movement. And I'm not 100% sure exactly how the mechanism is causing those, but we know there are a lot of fractures there. And it may be that the Appalachians, as an example, have been being pushed up somewhat with that North American plate moving in one direction, and the Appalachians not moving as quickly. And over time, things have built. Now, Appalachians, of course, they're worn down quite a bit, so they're old mountains. And like I say, I haven't done as much research on that in that area, but I do know where that fault line set is on the western side of it, and it is pretty intense. So those things can happen there. No place is safe, really, when you look at it. Doesn't matter where you go. You can have these same faults in Africa, places where we have really, really thick material, and it does still happen there. And it is pressure, things are moving. We have magma moving underneath. It can well up and down. Remember what we were saying here about ripple effect. As a ripple may turn around, come from the west coast and migrate all the way to the eastern seaboard, it may move something just enough to get it ready to go, and all of a sudden, a year down the road, it decides, oh, I'm going to slip now, and one part pops up a little bit higher than the others. So yes, Michael says Appalachia's mountains are very old. Segments of the Appalachian Mountains could be found in Scotland and Morocco, as they used to be connected to North America. And you're right, that is correct. It's a very, very old material. And that would be for another day to talk about Pangea and the breakup and how things are drifting and so on. And I'll have to do a bunch more research on that to kind of put that into perspective for you guys, because there are some really cool things. Mere faults in Oklahoma created Wichita Mountains, so we do have some geological events aside from our own man-made problems. Yes, Frosty username, you're correct. That is absolutely a fact. Aaron Horton, most is naturally occurring intercontinental. Earthquakes are caused by the squeezing of tectonic plates from the subducting side and the ridge sides of the plate. And yeah, that happens there as well. And like I was saying, the ripple effect. There's a lot of things that can be involved in that, but we'll leave that for another day. So I'm going to get the stream ended here. I do want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank those super chatters. I really do appreciate that support. You guys are awesome. And for those guys who have hit the like button, thank you very much. And for those who still haven't, please consider doing so if you like the show. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification. And that way you won't miss any future streams. So for now, thank you everyone. Thank you to the moderators. Super job tonight. Awesome. And most of all, thank you to all of you who are in the stream. And it is very important that you know without you, the stream wouldn't be here. So thank you very much. And on that friendly note, please tell your loved ones you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.